amazing. Like I love how you speak about taking time out and figuring out who you were as a person. And similarly, like I remember I had to really take time out. I quit that job, but I did not know who in the world I was. I didn't know what she liked. I didn't know what she was really about. I didn't know, what she was really into and what she was saying she was into. I had absolutely no idea who I was, what I wanted to do, what the type of woman I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I took time out and I focused on myself and I sort of stopped doing, like I just sort of reset everything. It was just like a remix of life, started going different places, started to talk to people and connect with people that I hadn't spoken to in years because, I was in this fast lane and, I was doing my thing and stuff like that. Starting to connect with my family and my roots was so important to getting back to understanding who I was, because the person to lose yourself, it's such a long way back.
Yeah.
To find out who that was, to find yourself again.
Yeah.
So it's so important to just, not lose yourself, and it happens, but to go back and to find yourself again, there is nothing more rewarding. Because then you're on the path to where you really need to go. Then you're starting to be honest with yourself and those around you. And then that's when, you start to attract and manifest the things that are meant for you and that were always there, just waiting for you to just sort of receive once you started putting down these blockers of falseness and not being authentic and, not understanding what you wanted.
Yeah. And what you say is really interesting about figuring out who you are and trying to unravel that. It's hugely complex, and sometimes you do find those things that used to make you tick and you reconnect with them, but other times you admit to yourself, I don't really like that anymore, and that's okay. You try to go back to a certain place where you were happy or you were effective, and you try to reconnect with that was then, and that was the you then. And it's okay to just decide sometimes for the gaps in between, well, what would I want to do now? What do I want to be? Mm-hmm. And kind of just make ways to be that as well. So taking part of the bits we like about ourselves and just invent that bit that we want to be and become it. I mean, it's definitely a thing that I employed at the beginning where people say, get up in the morning, get yourself in the right mindset. For me, I have a technique for that, and a lot of people wouldn't agree with it, but it works for me, and everybody's different. But I used to basically step into the shoes of someone I wasn't, but someone I wanted to be. So basically act it, fake it till you make it. Mm-hmm. But it was a person I respected and I wanted to be that person. And so I'd wake up and I'd put all those positives into play by being this new person. And at first it was so tiring because you're used to your brain working in a certain way and doing certain things. And it is very tiring to force yourself into this new person that you want to be. Mm. But eventually when the routine starts kicking in, those things come just second nature. And, and so things like creative people are very haphazard. And one of the things I wanted to be is more organized, because a lot of my frustrations come with, I'm about to do a project and, where have I put that? Where did I file that? Where's that gone? And, instantly you go, I'm terrible at organization. And you've already said it. You've basically committed yourself to being terrible for the rest of your life by saying that thing, by that language that you use. Mm-hmm. And so it's not about that. It's that you haven't practiced that behavior.
And it's the thought process too, because I remember it's similar to like affirmations or something like, I remember, years ago, somebody was like, oh, you gotta say positive affirmations about what you are. And then you become that. And I thought, whatever.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That's some crazy talk. Yep. And then I started to do it. It's like you wake up and you're like, you know what? I am a boss. I am special. I am loved. I am somebody that deserves the best. I am amazing. And you are. And it's like, yes, yes, yes. And then it starts to change your thought process, because when you get out there in the world's going to tell you what you aren't.
Yeah.
What you don't believe, what you shouldn't have,
Yeah.
what you can't be. So you need to be so firm in your identity with who you are, because every day when you wake up, something's going to tell you what you aren't.
Yeah.
And something's going to lie to you about what you don't deserve. So you have to be telling yourself, I deserve this. I am this. I am positive. I am good. I deserve more. And it will happen.